Okay, so I'm not any good at intros, so we're just gonna jump into this. I was asked by someone on SoundCloud if I could show how I mix. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna be using the Vocaloid 4 editor and Adobe Audition. Oh no. Yeah. So pretty much the first thing you want to do is with your like actual VSQ thing, you want to look at the I think it's velocity and dynamics. With most songs, I find that it's best to keep the dynamics like fairly high up. It sort of depends on the song though, and same thing with the velocity. So we're just gonna play what I've got here. The VSQ is by Lulaloon, by the way. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my address. In a torn up tent.
So yeah, you guys get the idea. So yeah, it should sound fairly powerful and fairly clear in like the editor itself without even mixing it yet. Personally, I prefer the vocals with more dynamics rather than less. But I know some people like soft vocals, but I personally don't. I don't think they sound any good. Vocaloid vocals can kind of sound a bit weird when they're too low. Ruby has a fairly powerful voice, so it's probably not the best to show you with, but if I turn this all the way down, like if I turn it sort of down to where it defaults to,
I've never seen a diamond in the flesh.
It sounds really muffled. I guess that's a good way to put it, yeah. And I don't like how it sounds, but it depends on how you're balancing it and personal preferences. With this song and her voice, I think it didn't sound very good when I turned it all the way up. It sounded a bit harsh.
I've never seen a diamond in the flesh.
It's sort of like she's too close to the microphone, if that makes sense. So yeah, once you've got that, you want to export it. So go with each Vocaloid sequence track into a separate file. It'll just be easier to work with if everything is separate, and you'll probably need it anyway. So in Audition, you want to go new multi-track session. Call it something. Yep. We'll do that. So yeah, once that's done, and I just cut that out, it'll take a while, depending on your computer as well. Go to File, Import, File, Documents, and then wherever you saved it. I think mine is in here. Oh yeah. Just open them all. Import your instrumental as well when you find it. Import file. Yeah, this is the main one here. Then wow, why is that so much smaller? Anyway, sort of, yeah, just let it do that if it asks you to do that. The first thing you want to do is to get the vocals synced up with the instrumental, so we're just going to try that. So it looks like it's not going to sync up. Okay, so from memory it should start around here. I'm going to have to check though. So I just checked, and it doesn't have an introduction. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut them all down to the same amount. Like you do this, make sure that the instrumental isn't selected. No, it's not. Press the delete button. Then I might actually move the instrumental track up if I can. Sorry about how I sound, I'm sick today, I think. I don't know, it just happened. Sort of trying to concentrate and explain. So when listening to the song, it has to come in when the word diamond starts. So, zoom in really close. So it has to start here. So I'm gonna cut this down a bit. Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that just in case that doesn't do what I think it's doing. So hang on, I forgot what bit it's supposed to start off. Ugh. Zoom in closer, but no. So yeah, that sounds good. Zoom out, just make sure, just go to the chorus. Yep, that's fine. Alright, so once you have it lined up, yeah, I do recommend like zooming in and finding where the beat starts. It's easier with some songs like this because there isn't much of a like instrumental to it, and it's very obvious where everything lines up, but yeah. So then what we do is we actually start mixing. This is the fun bit. So what you want to do is the first thing you want to do, and I'm sort of still working out what order I want to do this in. I'm pretty sure you want to start off with the multi-band compressor. Yeah, it's this one. And I find that the best one for this is, like, for pretty much all songs, is Pop Master. But you can, like, pick which one you want to go with. So. So that's opposed to something like this. And like, you know, so, you know, just play around and find which one you like. Some of them sound interesting, you know. So yeah, I generally go with Pop Master. Or you can go with Internet Delivery too. I think Internet Delivery and Pop Master are generally the best. I should probably not talk over that. I think Internet Delivery and Pop Master are probably the best options for songs like, well, most songs, but again, it depends on the song. Like, with some things, Toy or Walkie Talkie would probably sound better. It just depends on, like, the effect you're going for. But for getting, like, clarity and, I guess, a fullness, I don't know what the word is to use, to the voice, Internet Delivery and Pop Master are the best to use. So for this song, I'm probably going to go with Internet Delivery and then put Pop Master over the top. You can just choose one or the other, or you can go with, you know, you can go with anything you want, but it just depends what you think sounds the best. And you can always undo it and do something else anyway, so we're going to go with that first. Audition always takes like a while to do it. I don't know if it's better on computers with better processors or anything, but, you know, that's irrelevant anyway. So yeah, you'll notice that instantly raised the volume. Gonna do it again. So yeah, in my opinion, that sounds pretty good. So and yeah, as I said, I'm sort of trying to work out what I do as I go along here. So I think the next thing I go with is generally the normalize. So this is like fine, so just go with that. Then, so yeah, that's essentially the basic idea of what you have to do, like just play around with that. And then there are like other things you can do too, depending on what you want. So there's always the graphic equalizer, and I find that this one is pretty helpful for some things. So for some reason you can't like change that. Hang on, there's one for vocals, I think. Lead vocal, there it is. And like, you can play around with it to make it sound better. But I generally just go with the defaults and it sounds fine. Yeah, we're just gonna go with that. And so another thing to keep in mind is that you should keep like going back and listening to the original song to see like what effects it has on it, so you can apply that to yours too after you've done with like the basic improving how it actually sounds. There's another thing that removes mud from vocals as well, if I can find it, and that's helpful with like lower ranges, because some vocals sound really bad in lower ranges. Generally the female ones. Ruby sounds better than a lot of female vocals in lower ranges. Like, for example, Rin will, like, she'll sound terrible in lower ranges until you fix it up. And sometimes it can be really hard to fix up, so, I don't know. Maybe it's vocal enhancer? No, but we're still gonna try it anyway. Like, yeah, just play around with stuff as you go. I don't actually think that sounds better. Effects. God, I've got to remember which one it is. Bear with me. This one can do some interesting stuff too, the FFT filter. I should point out that where things are, where the different effects are will change depending on the version of Audition you have. I have CS6. So yeah. I don't think this one is what we're looking for. Like, yeah, playing around with the different compressors can be helpful too. This stuff can help, like a voice thickener. I mean, sometimes it can't too, but... Again, it depends on like what voice you're working with and what song you're working with. Oh, jeez. Whoops. One other thing that I found can sometimes be helpful is the guitar suite. Like, I know that sounds weird, but sometimes it can actually make the voice sound better. I mean, it really is hit or miss, but... I can't remember which one I like. But yeah, no, again, it's another thing for effects. Sometimes it can improve the vocal, though. Oh. Alright, so... since I can't find it, if I do, I'll write it in the description. Oh, there it is, generic mod removal. It's in the graphic equalizer. Probably in all of them. Like, yeah, it can make stuff sound weird too, but if you sort of play around with it, it might end up sounding better. Alright. So, once you've sort of done that, all you really need to do is, like, repeat what you want on the, other two with these, it sort of doesn't matter as much, but you know, ugh. So that was mostly the. Sorry, we'll just go over it now. Time, mostly the multi-band compressor, internet delivery, and then pop master. So apply. You sort of don't have to listen to it once you've listened to the first one because you know how it sounds. So internet delivery and then pop master, if I can. Oh, we might actually just go with internet delivery on this one. Then go normalize, effects, wait, sorry, we want to find, shit, which one was it? So then, for background vocals, go into the graphics equalizer again and change to, background vocal. There's a slight thing for that I find helps. Oh shit, I didn't mean to change that. Yeah, this one is hurtfully high. Anyway, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Then do the same thing to the last one. We can barely even hear it anyway. I think I did something that didn't make it loud enough. So yeah, I'm not really going to do anything that's specific to this song, if there is anything, and I think there's a lot of, God, can't remember what it's called. Reverb, that's it. I think there's a lot of reverb in this particular song, but now I'm back in here, we can listen to the difference, and this will probably be too loud for the instrumental now, but yeah, I think it is a bit too loud for the instrumental, but, so now that I'm listening to the original song and not a cover, I found out that there actually is a, intro, but we won't worry about that now, because it doesn't matter. So yeah, that sounds fine to me. One thing you want to keep in mind though is don't worry about that because it's probably lying to me. If I don't recommend using this thing, I recommend going into that and amplifying it, but if it's only a little bit that it's got to get louder, do that. Otherwise, when you turn it up too high, it'll start sounding like complete crap. Then another thing you can do with mixing is to use this thing down here, the effects rack, and it might be in the media browser, but just change it to the effects rack. Go in here and you might want to do something like the reverb. I generally go for the studio reverb and then a vocal reverb, I think. And that makes that sort of thing, if you were wondering what that was called. But yeah, no, reverb is sort of not important. Well, I mean it is, but I would go with a smaller one for some songs. I like how that sounds. We're gonna go with that. Okay, so yeah, that's mixing and how I do it. Bye.